By the end of this video, you are going to know what a good deal looks like in North Vancouver. We're going to go through 5 different properties that sold quite recently, and they're going to be around $600,000. So that's what we're finding out. What does 600 grand buy you in North Vancouver in 2026? Today is January 30th, 2026, and these ones have sold not too long ago. Some of them in 2025, but we're not going too far back. So jumping right into it, guys, we have a number of places. We're going to start over here in Ravenwoods, which is sort of east of Seymour, close to Deep Cove. Then we're going to move over here into Mosquito Creek, and then we're going to go to Central Lonsdale, followed by Pemberton, just off Marine Drive, and finish in Lower Lonsdale with an architecturally significant property. So these ones are all going to have their own unique charm. They are, I believe, all 1-bedrooms, and most of them around 750 square feet. So jumping right into this. Now we have Seasons at Ravenwoods. Now, I know we just looked at the map, but I do want to start people off with sort of seeing where you are, right? Kate's Park is over here. I love Kate's Park. You're very close to the water, and you've got Deep Cove just over here. So it's a quieter neighborhood, definitely compared to Lower Lonsdale. But one thing I love about this area is that you don't get stuck in traffic up here if you're trying to go into Vancouver. You tend to be able to just jump right on the bridge. Anyways, I could get more into that maybe another day. What we want to know about Ravenwoods is this was built in 2022. We have a parking spot, we have a locker, we got a 1-bed, 1-bath. We have something with a good sized den here, 9.6 by almost 7 feet. So that's pretty good. I mean, den is probably the most abused word in real estate. We use them for places that are really only suitable for storage. Could be almost a glorified closet, any kind of flex space, we might call it den. But this one, yeah, it's great. It probably doesn't have a window and no closet, so it's not a bedroom. It's a den. Getting further back into this, you guys. 9-foot ceilings in this place, 732 square feet. It's got a gas fireplace, I believe. Yeah, gas fireplace. And we're going to get into the pictures in a moment. This maintenance fee of $400, 401 anyway, seems to get you a fair bit. You got a bike room, you got a gym, you got a steam sauna room. So that's pretty nice. So let's just get right into this property, and then we're going to talk briefly at the end about leasehold and what that means, what you need to know about it, why I don't think you should be that afraid of it in 2026, because some people are. So this one's facing inside. Like, it looks pretty nice on the interior. You got your little fireplace there. You are facing inside, so you may be going to be looking out the window at some other people. I think it says south facing, so you should get some good light. Don't know if you're going to have a view. We'll see that. You know, it's not too old at 2002. Feels like they've done some updates, probably the floors at some point. Nicely set up. Little table here. You'd probably put bar stools there most of the time. Little work from home setup. Fridge was changed up, I think, at some point. What else we got here? So, nice enough kitchen. You got lots of space. Definitely original stove there. And I'd say that sink's been updated at some point. It's pretty nice. Here's your closet. So you are looking out at the other buildings. But here's your big den. Looks like they're using it as a nursery, potentially. And that's some IKEA storage they put in there. Bathroom, it's not been updated. You do have this nice view out over the pond, or the lagoon, we might call it. So that's kind of nice for when you come out on your little balcony there, right? Nice little spot for, you know, the morning coffee, if you actually do go out on your balcony to have your morning coffee. I don't know. A lot of people like to think they will and do, but they don't. It largely goes unused. Here's the lobby of the building. Like, it's pretty decent. You've got some games, pool table, meeting space. There's your gym. More of the grounds. It's a nice grounds. This is a very nice little community. Townhomes, condos, close to the Parkgate Village. You could walk up there through the trail or do a short drive. Here's our floor plan, right into the kitchen. Here's our den. Sometimes those are a lot smaller, maybe like 310 rather than 610. Washer, dryer, access from the bathroom, walk-in closet, deck. Not bad, not a bad space. Decent sized bedroom. So, thing about leasehold is you don't own the land here with leasehold. You have a prepaid lease on the land. You do own your share of the building, and this is going to be generally for 99 years from when it was new. So this one, you're going to come 2100 in the year 2101, you would probably 10 years before that, maybe 20 years before that, a lease would get renegotiated with the First Nations in the area who own this, or potentially it runs out and now you no longer have the rights to the land, and they're going to give you some money for the depreciated value of the buildings. But not something most people are going to worry about, right? That's a long way off. We're going to be long gone by that point. These properties still go up in value. Like, the theory on a leasehold is as each year of the lease goes down, the property is going to be worth less. But the reality of where we live here in Greater Vancouver is, in the long run, or on average, these properties tend to go up. And so these ones, you kind of just get more bang for your buck in terms of the money you're spending. So they do still appreciate. They don't go up as fast as a freehold property where you own the land in conjunction with all the other owners in the building as a share, and you own everything there, and you're not looking at having to renegotiate a lease or anything. But overall, these are still going to go up, just not as fast. Now, the only time I've really seen these be problematic is if you ever look for properties around Granville Island in Vancouver. A lot of those ones are leasehold with the city, and the leases on those are running out, most of them in 2046. You can pay to extend that lease out to 2060 right now. I have clients who have done that, and you do get a big space for a pretty good price. I think we had bought like a big 3-bedroom townhome for maybe it was like $800,000. It's been a little while here, and I think we had to pay another $180 up front in cash to extend that lease with the city from 2046 to 2060. And the reason that was important is so you could amortize out that mortgage, right? Because if you have less than 25 years on that mortgage and you're trying to go get a mortgage with the bank, you can't stretch out the loan for longer than you have rights to the space. So that's our first one over in Raven Woods. It seems like a nice place to live to me. Not sure if I love looking at the other buildings, but you have that lagoon. Up to you how it suits you. You might call it like a nature retreat, having the woods around you, close access to Kate's Park and the ocean, and that little lagoon there. So our next one, we're going to go over to Mosquito Creek here. What do we used to call this? We used to call this something else a few years ago. We relabeled the neighborhood. Can't remember, to be honest with you. And just briefly, I guess, sorry, the whole point of this is, here's what 600 grand buys you. This one was on the market for 620 basically, and it sold for 610. And I'm trying to keep our range just like a little under 600,000 to a little over 600,000, just so we can have some options to look at. So that one went for 610. So did this one over in Mosquito Creek. This one is a little bit older. The rest of them are all freehold properties. And things to note about this one: 1994 building. This is called Gables West. It is an estate sale. You were getting this one, as we call it, as is where is. The owner never lived here. They're not making any promises about it. It's an inherited property. Now, that's not such a worry if it's not like a foreclosure where somebody maybe is upset about having their home taken from them and you're worried that damage is going to get done to it before they leave because they're still living there. Not the case here, right? The place is empty. It says right here, vacant. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. You just do your home inspections and your proper due diligence, and you should be okay. This building's got 48 units in it. It is got one parking, one storage locker. It also has a pretty good sized den here, 11.3 by 7.6. I think that's actually bigger than our last one. You're gonna get bigger den, bigger rooms. Even this footprint of this one's bigger, 750 square feet. But it is a little bit older, right? 1994. And you're not gonna have that floor to ceiling glass that you might see in something from the 2000s and later here. What else do you want to know about this one? Oh, it does have some updates. If we look at the description here, what do we got? We got new floors, new paint, new stainless steel appliances, new hot water tank. So they got this thing ready for the market, right? They did some work on it, and also has a gas fireplace. Guess we should see where it is. We do want to know where we're buying these places. So Little Loft Marine, it's on 16th. 16th isn't, I don't know, it's not like a crazy busy street. It's a little bit busy, but people do sort of try to shortcut Marine over to Fell from here and go up to Larson to, you're gonna go up here, Fell, Larson, and then make your way to the highway. Here we go, that's the route. So you will see some traffic there. And this one is facing northwest, and we're on this side of the road. So northwest, a little bit. But you do have lots of amenities in the neighborhood as well, right? There's going to be shopping, there's going to be transit. It's going to be relatively easy to get over here to Lower Lonsdale and the C-Bus and the shipyards and the Lonsdale Quay, or over to the Linesgate Bridge. But there will be some traffic on Marine potentially. So now we know where we are. We know what way it's facing. Our maintenance fees are $423, and what were their last place? Their last place they were $401. Most of the maintenance fees are pretty similar across these units, I'll tell you. Let's see what we're getting. Virtually staged, so forget that furniture. It's nice that they do give you both versions here. Carpets, looks like they've been cleaned. I mean, you can see the marks. They've been cleaned. It's been painted. Let's get past the virtual staging. Kitchen's a little closed off, right? But you could open that up and have it be a little more open. It's a big living space. Baseboard heaters. Probably just heat it with the gas fireplace, like any of these places with gas fireplace, because the gas is included in your maintenance fee 99% of the time. Little bit of a view because you're facing north, right? What floor were we on? We're on the second floor. Like I said, you might get some traffic noise. They're kind of similar to that last one, right? Here's your kitchen, dining, living, fireplace, bedroom, den flex on the end. So rather than having the den over here in the dark corner, this one's over here with some windows, which is kind of nice. But good setup for an office or something. Okay, here's our kitchen. Not updated though, right? The other one we had the granite counters. This one does not. It does look like some new stainless steel appliances they mentioned in the listing. Did we see that bathroom not updated? So, I mean, it's a little dated on the bathroom and the kitchens, but they have shined it up for you. They put some lipstick on it, we might say. And there's your setup for an office, and you can see some of the cars. You are sort of fenced away, though. There is a little yard in front of this place, so you're not directly over the traffic, which that's going to help. And in the summertime, you're going to have those trees filled in. Right, so here you are from the street view. Looks okay from the outside, this building for 90s. Maybe the outside's a little overdue. We got to read the strata documents to find it. This is clearly the lobby. What else have we got? What's this? Maybe they're like meeting party room, 90s party room. And you got this great Mosquito Creek Park around here. I mean, look, I hate to confess this to you, to being from North End, I've never actually gone and walked around Mosquito Creek Park. It looks great. You got the creek running through here, turf field. Let's just see what it looks on there. If you've ever been to Mosquito Creek Park and you know what it's like, comment. I want to know. Yeah, I should take my dog and check it out. Okay, so that's what we're getting for 610 over in Mosquito Creek, right? A little bit bigger, more dated, older building, but you know, a little closer to the action, right? Roche, and it's freehold property. Roche Point's a little further away, a little more quiet, a little more secluded. Now we're going to go over to Central Lonsdale, super walkable area, close to groceries, great restaurants. I find it's a little more desirable if you're going to do for your like day-to-day errands than Lower Lonsdale. But basically the same square footage, 748 square feet. And this one built in 1985, so you know it's like 9 years, 10. What was the other one? 94. So we're what? 9 years older than this one, and 16 years older than 17 years older than the other one. They all have in-suite laundry except for one. I'll tell you when we get to that one without in-suite laundry. We're at 145 on 12th, a 24 unit building, so smaller, more boutique building. No dogs here. The building is great because they've actually done a bunch of work to it. New piping, elevators have had some updates. The windows have all been redone. This unit itself has done some updates to the kitchen with the new granite countertops we're going to see, and engineered hardwood on the floors. So this is almost like a sweet spot for buildings, right? The 90s building, you probably have some stuff upcoming in terms of maintenance that's going to cost you some money as an owner. But in this one, particularly in a 24 unit building, it's nice to have all that stuff done because you're not going to be paying the bill for it. It's already been paid for by previous owners. And probably this one. Maintenance fee, $413, right? It's about the same as the other one, so pretty good. Great big bedroom, 15.7 by 10.6. That's awesome. Nothing really in the way of building amenities. And one parking, one locker, which is great. We're on the top floor. We call anything on the top floor a penthouse. And let's see where it is, just so you get a good sense of it, right? There's Victoria Park. You got the Lionsgate Hospital right here. And so maybe you do hear some of that traffic along St. George's, but you're a little bit buffeted in from it, it looks like. And then you got all your groceries and stuff here on like 13th to 15th or so. So lots of good stuff here in Central Lonsdale. Great convenient location for anything you might need. All right, so particularly a currency exchange, because there's a heck of a lot of those on Lonsdale. So let's just get into it and see what these pictures look like. You want to see what this place goes to. Pause. What did it sell for? $589,000. So 11 grand less than our sort of benchmark of 600 we're shooting for, and 21 less than the other two. So cheaper. Okay. Kitchen looks okay. Right? I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Like, those maybe are a little dated in the appearance of those cabinet faces, but they look fine. There's your nice skylight. That's a nice feature, right? Lots of natural light coming into your kitchen. Just want to know if they've done the roof recently, I guess. So it would be the main thing, because skylights are notorious for leaking. They will leak at some point. Okay, so they've got it set up as, there's your dining table. There's your work from home. And here's your living room. Look at that TV size. Wow. Okay. Big vaulted ceilings. I think this is a nice bonus on this one. Not only do you have the skylight in the kitchen, but you also have 16.5-foot vaulted ceilings with this top floor that you're living on. So it's going to feel bigger than that one we just looked at in Mosquito Creek, even though it's just 2 feet less, 2 square feet less in size. the extra volume on the ceilings is going to make it feel a lot larger, a lot more grand and open. Okay, so there's your fireplace. This one. Okay, right, your little leafied treed outlook. Big bedroom. Look at all that stuff they got in their bedroom. They got racks, TV in here, more shelving, lots of space for stuff. Good windows, good light here. Just wonder what the outlook is, if it says on the thing. The bathroom looks decent. Like somebody probably updated this in the 2000s, I would say. Not brand new appliances or washer dryer, but they look okay. Like this looks like a home that somebody's taken pretty good care of. Could definitely be the sweet spot. I mean, look at this nice little yard space too. All right, let's see. Do we see which way we're facing? So we're facing north. So maybe it's going to be a little darker, but you have all the skylight and those windows to give you extra light. So it's not going to be so gloomy in there. And in terms of noise from the road, right, we're going to be facing north here. I don't think it should be too bad. Let's see what else we got. So that's what we're getting over here for $589 in Central Lonsdale. Now we're gonna go back past Mosquito Creek into Pemberton, just off Marine Drive. Now this one has a Marine Drive address, but it's facing north, away from the traffic. So it is gonna be a quieter unit. You're right here on Marine Drive. There's Pemberton, right, which goes all the way down, and you're gonna have, like, if you've ever driven Marine, McDonald's is like right here. And, you know, you're just below Pemberton Heights, right? So not a bad area. Pretty convenient for lots of stuff, whether it's walking, shopping. Norgate's got some fields here. Marine does definitely get busy. I don't know. Sorry, I'm reaching because it's not my favorite area, but it is being redeveloped slowly and steadily, right? All these maybe like small car dealerships, right? Independent ones, or mechanic shops. Those are all sort of getting squished and turned into condo buildings or something else. So it's developing out. It's turning into, it's becoming more vibrant. And here you're getting something a lot newer, 2012 build. It was built by Ani, also not my favorite developer, but it's still going to be new. All the kinks should be worked out in this building by this point, right? We've had 14 years pass by since it was built, so they're going to have any construction deficiencies are all going to be fixed by this point and identified. 64 units. It does have parking, storage. It is quite a bit smaller than our other ones in the sets, right? 655 square feet. There's our north quiet side, like I said. Oh, sorry, this one's called the Drive. Didn't mention that one yet. And other notes I have for you on this one. Maintenance fee, $353. So it's a little bit less on the maintenance fee. Smaller unit, so that lines up. And it's a newer unit. You do have those tree views. Ooh, gas stove. We'll see that in the pictures. It's got a gym. It's got a bike room. I think here we're really looking at like a newer quality over the quantity that we're getting in those older units. No den in this one though. This one does not have a den. It does have that walk-in closet. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, right? It's a little more compact. You can feel it already. It does have that nice outlook north. I mean, sure, there's telephone wires. Like, what can you do? The trees, they blend in with the trees, sort of. I don't think you'll notice them after a while. Newer finishing in the kitchens, right? This is lovely. What could I say? More modern build. You maybe have better like acoustic dampening in this building versus like that 80s one for sure. You You got the, what's the vinyl or hardwood floors? Let's just have a quick see. Laminate. That's what I was thinking instinctually. It's going to be laminate most of the time. Maybe more vinyl in this day and age, but something built in 2012, laminate. Okay, you got a little, that's a good size little patio balcony here, right? That's usually to be like 2/3 of that. So you got a nice overhang and even space for it. Like, that's a great patio. I'm just gonna say straight up, I like this patio. Goes well. You're nicely protected from your neighbors. There's good privacy in those trees. Fireplace is electric. I don't like an electric fireplace myself, but I guess I'd rather have an electric fireplace than not. I don't know. It's up to you guys what your preferences are. And kitchen looks great. Stainless steel package. I'm sure those are the original appliances. More modern counters and cabinetry. You got some space, right? They're fitting that in there. And wider doors than those other ones will have for like wheelchair accessibility with the building code changing. Point. I mean, we're kind of looking at the pictures of the same stuff over and over again here. Bedroom. Okay, how big's the bedroom? Let's see. Bedroom is 14 feet by 9'4". It's not bad for bedroom in a 2012 building. Still kind of pre things getting very expensive in the North Vancouver time frame, which all kind of happened 2018 for condos, 2016 for houses. That's when it just went way up. Right, here's your bathroom with the tub shower. Appliances, probably updated at some point. Those look relatively new. Nice little gym. It's got some good, decent machines in there. Little meeting party room with a kitchenette. More like a bar. I don't see anything to cook on in there. What's this? Is that? Okay, well, there's the front of it. Decent. What else they got over here? Lash lounge. Okay. Get your eyelashes done. Get your vacuum fixed, I suppose. Got some food. We like that. Hot pot. Okay. Some houses behind you. That's nice, right? It's a little more residential. You can see over them, even though we're just on the second floor. And here's a picture of the building, right? There's the busier Marine Drive and Mr. Lube that will most definitely be squashed at some point and put another one of these buildings there, I would imagine. Okay, right, here we are. You can see where sort of Pemberton is from the drone view. You can see grocery over there somewhere. So lots of stuff around you. You're not far away from things. And you come in, decent sized kitchen. You can see it on the floor plan. Balcony, it shows the size it was. Yeah, this is, and even got a nice little walk-in closet. Like, that's a nice unit. And especially with the north facing. It's not something I would shy away from. I don't actually mind this one at all. Asking $610 or $635, sold for $610 in October of 2025. And so there you go. Something else that went for $610, but a little smaller. So like I said, you're more newer quality stuff over the quantity of the older units. Lastly, this one's super cool. You're going to want to see this one. Okay, should drop that in as a hook at the beginning of my video, I suppose. Now, it is 1980s. This is Britannia Place. It's in Lower Lonsdale. This is a 44-unit building. It has parking. You don't have a locker here. Maintenance fees lined up with the other maintenance fees we saw, right? Just $415. It's 767 square feet, so it's the biggest one we've seen so far. And it's got a loft space, so 640 square feet on the main and a little bonus loft up above. It does have shared laundry though, which is going to probably rule it out for a lot of people. Let's go and see exactly where she is in Lower Lonsdale, this one. Sometimes I got to click it twice to make the little pin show up. So 4th, Mahon, Chesterfield. So just a little bit west of Lonsdale, a block and a half. And you just walk down a few blocks and you're right at the waterfront park and the shipyards and all that action. So Definitely the most trendy of our locations here. And set back enough from stuff mid-block, so it's probably going to be relatively quiet. And I don't think you're on the top floor here. Maybe you are. I have to look at the strata plan to tell you the truth. I would suspect you're on the top floor if it's a loft. Penthouse loft, top floor. They just didn't flag it. Okay, what else do you want to know about this one? We've got this roof. It does have a rooftop deck, which is a nice feature, and an extra balcony. It's the oldest trendy location. I think I got it covered for you. Let's see what the pictures say. So it's got a view, right? That's going to add some premium. In fact, before we go any further, another one that sold for $610,000. I guess I should title this video, "What does $610,000 buy you in North Van?" So we know asking $625,000, went for $610,000 in June. Okay, so a little bit longer ago, but the market's been relatively flat, maybe just declining a little bit. Maybe you'd get this one for $600,000 now. Although things are changing in the market. It's been in multiple offers in the last couple weeks for some buyers. Okay, anyhow, view. We are looking at great. You can see the ocean, you see some of the boats going around. Fantastic. You see Vancouver. Get some detailed shot. That's more like an Airbnb style picture. Okay, here's what I wanted to see. Kitchen. So, not massive. A little bit dated, but I mean, at least you got the stone counters, I think. We'll read the description later. And don't know about the red backsplash, but hey, what can you do? Definitely not a deal breaker for me. Here's your, got some skylights in your loft. This is your bonus upper level room, which I think they were using as a bedroom in this one. Not a big space, but some space anyway. Okay, the windows look pretty old on this one. I'm going to point out, so that's probably something that needs to get replaced. I'm curious about this sort of shower curtain dealie on the wall. Like, what's up with that? Yeah, I don't know. That's very peculiar to me. Why do you have all these hooks? It's very weird. Looks like someone put a couple pot lights in. Nice feature to bring you some extra light. Good trees there. You even got some mountains. Baseboard heat, baseboard electric. Here's a little walk up to your loft. I guess it'd be a great office space. I don't know. What would you use it for? Put it in the comments. I'd love to know. And I'd love to know what you think of this curtain and what this is for. I've never seen that before. It's clean. It's dated, but it's clean. I think this is laminate. It's like a vinyl laminate thing. Right. So it does feel very 80s. Yeah, it's definitely like a vinyl laminate thing. But to get a trendy loft in a location like that for $610,000, not bad at all. Okay, there's your roof deck, and you get a roof deck. This is a great place for a bachelor, I have to say. I just want to know about the building, like how well is it maintained? Like, do you have any big levees coming up right here? Perfect floor plan. Entering, you got some extra storage, which is going to be a coat closet, bathroom, bedroom right over there, 911 by 16.4, so it's sizable closet, living room, balcony, and then your big roof deck. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool spot. Somebody obviously thought so because it sold in 5 days. Let's just double check and see if it was canceled before. No, sold in 5 days. And before that, it sold in 2 days in 2016 for $467,000. So clearly a desirable property type. And that's the last of our set. So I think, what we're going to have to realize with these units is, as I just put you back onto the Google map, is that really, you're getting either character with the vaulted ceilings or the loft setup, But you might be getting some special levies, which is basically a cash call from the building when a project has to come up, like a roof or the piping or the windows or an elevator or a parking membrane. I could go on, right? Or you get something newer, a little bit smaller, like that Ani building, which it's not going to have any of those problems because it's not that old. But in 10 years from now, some of that new shine is going to be off it, and you're going to be starting to think about those projects, and so will the person that potentially buys it from you. So yeah, I think that covers it, guys. So I'm Josh Kepke with Real Broker. I hope you enjoyed this granular little deep dive we're doing into what money can buy you in North Van. If you want to see some other videos like that, I've been doing them in Vancouver. We'll keep doing them in North Van. We'll pick some other areas. If you want to see some home tours of properties I've listed for sale and see something a little more flashy, a little more marketing pizzazz on it, click that playlist right there. I got lots of great homes for you to take tours of. And if you never want to miss another one of these videos or another one of those videos again, just subscribe.